Mister. If you're new to me, I'm Maeve. More importantly, this is Little Mister. That's the most important thing that you'll get today. This is Little Mister. Hi, Little Mister. Okay. The daylight, right, is changing. I had to pull the curtains because I had all this crazy sunlight coming in and casting weird graphic light. But it's bright. It's spring. We're going into spring. Oh my gosh, we're coming to spring in just a few days. Spring is this time of new, right? You think of baby lambs and chicks and flowers blossoming. It's also a chance for us to be in a transition of rebirth. So today we're going to work on some heart opening, which is an association, the heart chakra at this time. So we're a little shy of spring, but we're going to work our way towards spring. With all of that said, sit down comfortably, let your eyes soften or close, and take some centered breaths into your heart, into this center of your chest. And then as the breath becomes more focused, start to take that breath behind the heart, between the shoulder blades. And then when it feels like the breath can't be contained here, it can't. Start to allow it to travel down into the ribs and breathe into the back ribs, the side ribs. Let the whole torso expand gently with the inhale, and to recede and draw in with the exhale. And then come around, hands, feet, plank. I know, we went from seated right to plank. There wasn't anything in between. That can feel like a lot sometimes. So if that was too much for you, put your knees down. So you get a little intermediary. Plank. Toes or knees. Breathe. So now we need our center to do a lot more in supporting ourselves, right? So maybe the breath isn't quite as deep anymore. Maybe you start to cultivate Ujjayi Pranayama if you're comfortable with it. It's like you're fogging a mirror, you're drawing the fog back in, but with your mouth closed. And start to hug the shoulders toward your hips. Gently draw the thumbs toward each other. Hug the triceps into the biceps back into the triceps. Outer hips hugging inward. Glutes starting to engage more, and legs working strong, and if you're on the toes, not the knees, working towards straight. Take a breath in, and then downward facing dog, exhale. Couple of breaths here. Palm the floor, firm the arms, let the hips rise, let the heels soften. And then inhale forward, exhale to your belly. Cobra, inhale. Soften, exhale. Inhale, curl up. Keep this length. Stretch the head forward as you lower down. Push the tops of the feet down. Inhale, curling up. And then exhale, soften down. Inhale. Exhale. Every time getting a little longer. Last time, inhaling, curling up. And then tuck your toes, lift to downward facing dog. Right leg stretches back. Bend your knee, open your hip if it feels good. And drop heavy into that left heel. And then notice how this left shoulder starts to dip down. We're actually going to follow that line. So instead of kind of minimizing that, lower down onto that left tricep, onto that left forearm if you can, hugging the tricep in. And the right arm can bend a little bit to accommodate that lowering. And then with an inhale, stretch up, straighten the arm, and then exhale, place your foot top of your mat. Put a bend in the back knee, press down into the floor to rise up to crescent. Keep the bend in the back knee, sweep the arms up, and then bend the elbows out to the side. Now start to strengthen the back leg. Maybe sink a little deeper. And so when I say strengthen the back leg, it doesn't necessarily mean that you straighten it. Maybe you do, but maybe you don't. Yes, 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 yes. Inhale, straighten both legs, lift up. And then exhale, bowing forward. Option to float the arms off the ground. If you don't feel like you're ready yet, just put your hands on the ground or on blocks. If you're okay, sweep the arms back behind you. You're going to start to soften both of the knees. Sweep the arms forward. Step right into chair pose. Feet can be separated. Feet can be together. Beautiful. Yeah. Take another breath in. Press into the feet, rise up to stand, engage the glutes to straighten, the legs to lift the spine, and then bend the elbows out wide. Lift the heart up. Take a breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. Come halfway with your inhale. Step to plank, please, and then pause here. Build all those strength points. You've been here. Come halfway down, chaturanga or the floor. Cobra or upward facing dog. Little pause here. And then downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg stretches back. Open the hip, bend the knee. And then start to notice how this right elbow, this right shoulder wants to dip down. And again, instead of fighting it, just follow it. Drop that right forearm down, if it's okay. Lift the left knee a little higher, engage the left glutes to feel an opening in the front of that left hip. Come back up through center. And then place your foot forward. Bend your right knee. Press down into the floor to rise up. Crescent, and then bend the elbows, lift the heart. Start to power up the back leg, but keep all that strength in. Engage the right hip. Don't be afraid to squeeze those glutes a little bit. Yeah, gorgeous, yes. Really nice polo. Beautiful, Stephanie. Yes. Yes, oh, Lindsay, gorgeous. Take another breath in. And then lifting, and then bowing forward. Both legs straight or something like that. If you want, float the arms back. If you want, hands come down to the floor. So in case you're new to me, I give you like a lot of if you want, if it's there, maybe. I say that a lot because I really mean it. I want you to play in your practice. I want you to do what feels right and safe and challenging, but it's not going to be the same for all of us. So explore. This is your time to explore. This is a journey in self-exploration. With an inhale, start to sweep the arms forward, bend the knees, step right into chair pose. One more inhale. Press down to slowly rise up, engage the legs. Bend at the elbows, lift the heart up. And then inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky this time. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Skip them if you don't need them. Downward facing dog, exhale. Little pause here. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Stretch your hips back and then look forward. Stretch your heart for your thumbs. Bring your feet to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Push down to rise. Press the feet down. Feel the legs, feel the belly, feel the arms. Sweep you up to stand. Bend the elbows, exhale. Lift the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Control, control, control. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Down dog, exhale. Take a breath. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, look where you're going, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Push down, lead from the heart, rise, rise, rise. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half forward fold, curl the heart forward. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, lift and rise, up dog, thighs to the sky. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale, strong legs. Inhale, press, lift. Breath brings you up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, offer your heart. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Yes. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg stretches back, inhale. Slowly lower to that left forearm if you want. And then right knee, right tricep, come forward. Lift the left elbow back up. Bring it over, it being the right knee, over to your left elbow. Come back to the right. Inhale, straight back. And then exhale, place your right foot forward. Crescent pose, rise, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Hinge at the hip and then fold forward. Sweep the arms forward, share. Inhale. Hands into your heart, please. Left arm outside your right thigh. First twist, let it be gentle. Ease into it. See if you can lower the hips and lift the heart a little higher. Yes. Beautiful. Come back to chair in the center, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, or skip it, and just meet us in down dog. Left leg back, inhale. Open up that hip, slowly lower to that right forearm if it feels good. And then lift back up, left knee, left tricep. Stay here. Bring the knee over to the right. And then bring it back over to the left, exhale. Inhale, straight back. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Engage that right glute. Inhale, reach, and then bow. Sweep the arms forward, chair. Hands into your heart, right arm outside of your left thigh, twist to the left. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Come through center. Come back to chair and then lift the heels, come into a toe stand. Start to sink down. If your knees allow you to do so, you're gonna come all the way down into boat pose here. If that's too much on your knees, you'll find your way down to sitting, and then you'll lift up. Knees can be bent, legs can be straight, your call. You can hold on if you need to. So prioritize your spine here. So if you're straightening the legs and your back is rounding, I would suggest bending the knees and then lifting the heart. Good, slowly roll down to your backs. Good, extend those legs out, shoulders and head come down. Curl the shoulders, stay here and breathe. Wake up your glutes so that you can open up the front of the hips. Wake up your glutes, open the front of the hips. Catch hold of your knees, release your head down, give yourself a squeeze, Apanasana. Curl your shoulders, stretch your legs out, low boat again. Rise to boat. Turn to the right. Left elbow comes toward that right knee. Maybe extend that left leg out. And then switch it. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Yep, inhale. Exhale. Come on. One more on each side. Breathe with me, please. Last one. Come through center, cross your shins, chaturanga, rise. Stay for about 3 to 5 breaths in up dog or cobra. Push the tops of the feet down. Lengthen from the hip points to the tops of your feet, to the big toes, up the pinky toes. Yes, really nice. We always pass through this pose. Give yourself a little breath. Down dog, exhale. Fantastic. Right leg stretches back, inhale. Right knee comes to your right tricep. Inhale, bring it over to the left elbow. Exhale, bring it back to the right. Inhale, legs straight back. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Left knee comes down. Left hand kind of scoots forward a little bit. Option to reach back and find this foot. You don't have to take it. Engage your left glute. Open up the right shoulder. One more breath here. If you have the foot, release it. Tuck the left toes. Shift back, straightening the right leg. Maybe your left hand comes to the outside of your right leg, and then your right hand comes up. Come back around, top of the mat. Bend the front leg, root the back heel, side angle. Arm can be on your thigh. A block is fantastic. And then this left arm reaches overhead. Option to bring this left arm behind the back. maybe over to the right hip, maybe to the right thigh. Wrap the chest open, fill your low back with breath. If you're comfortable in the bind here, you can slide your right hand under and then take the left hand. And so there's some work to be had to find that bind for a lot of us. I'm going to ask you not to suffer in it though. So if you're taking the bind and you're feeling pain or you're feeling like the pose is compromised, just ease back to like the half wrap so that you can actually open the chest, so you can expand the spine and that you're not pulling yourself into like a crunch. So if it's feeling like this, just release it. But if it's there for you, I don't want to steal your joy either, so go for it if it feels good. One more full breath here. I'm going to start to turn toward the floor with your torso. And then you're going to lift your right hip just a little bit and bring your right hand to your right calf. And then see if you can start to slide your right shoulder inside of your knee. Come onto your left toes. And you might not be able to. You might just stay to the inside of the leg as opposed to actually physically coming under. If it's there for you, right hand on your foot, left hand on your foot. Elbows off the ground. And then really hug the shoulder and the leg against each other. Whether you're just to the inside or if you are fully under, it doesn't matter. Hug them into each other. So you're creating this sense of equal, opposite energy. Stay here, or if you want, bring your hands behind the foot on the ground. Hug the elbows in. Sit your right hamstring onto your right elbow, and then extend the right leg out to the side. And then maybe float the left leg up. And then back to chaturanga. Rise open. And downward facing dog. And then pause in your breath. Left leg back, inhale. Left knee to left elbow, exhale. Keep it tight. Inhale over to the right. Bring it back to the left. Inhale, take it back. The leg that is. And then place your foot forward. The right knee comes down. Stay here, use blocks if you want. Bend the back leg. Reach around for your foot. And then engage the right glutes, the right hip. Allow the left shoulder to open. Press the foot into the hand pulls back against that energy. If you have the foot, gently release it. Start to straighten the left leg. I neglected to say this on the first side, but you can use a block if you want to bring your right hand to the outside of the left leg. You can keep it to the inside if that's better for you. Push down, pull back on the crease of that left hip, and pull the heart forward. So we're taking twist in a half split. Last inhale, and then exhale, release that. Come around, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Good. And then same options here. Maybe a half wrap, maybe a full wrap. Whatever version you're choosing to take, can you stretch the crown of the head, the very top of the head, away from that foot? The foot away from the head. Can you soften the right rib cage down and lengthen the left rib cage out? Really beautiful. Last breath in. Good, and then turn your torso toward the ground. You're gonna come up onto the right toes. And then we're gonna see if you can maybe slide your shoulder to the inner knee or to under the knee. And then maybe bring your hands on top of your foot, your left foot that is. And if you can, keep your forearms up off the ground. So it becomes like a balance pose between just the feet. And then you're working the knee into the shoulder into the knee. And there's this equal opposite pressure. So you're not bullying that knee out to the side, the knee's hugging in. And then stay here or bring your hands a little bit behind that left foot on the ground. Shoulders distance, elbows hug in. And then you just start to get lighter in first the heel of the left foot. And then maybe you pick up the leg and you turn it out to the side. And you find chaturanga. And then maybe you push out the back toes and you start to lift that right leg up. And then chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. And then pause. Smooth out your breath. Check in. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees with your exhale. Look where you're going. Feet come to the top of your mat. Halfway up, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Chair, inhale. Hands into your heart. Left arm outside the right thigh. And we're twisting again. Maybe this time you open up the arms. Put some focus in this heart opening here. This little bit of cobra, a little bit of up dog in the heart. Maybe bring both hands down to the ground. Try to slide your left elbows high toward your right hip as you can. So way up on that leg. And then maybe tip off to the side. Squeeze the legs together. Side crow. Hug the elbows in. Come back to chair in the center. Inhale. Sync with your exhale. Right leg rises up. Inhale. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand to the back of your mat. Good. Push down into that standing leg to lift up. So think about how we were in Navasana. And we want to prioritize the spine here as well. So working the standing leg as straight as you can, whatever that is for you. Keeping the spine lifted, stay on your center, and then possibly, it's the energy of Navasana, possibly taking this right leg out, but if it sends you here, consider sticking with a knee. Prioritize your spine. So good. And you don't know until you know. And sometimes you gotta come here and just work on finding that space. Maybe you're not fully bent, maybe you take the foot, but the knee is a little bent. Cha-cha, beautiful. We're gonna stay on the left leg. Take the right leg through. Reach the right hand down to the ground, find a block if you've got it. I always like a block in this pose, so if you have it, consider taking it. Right hand to the ground, left hand to your sacrum. Turn to the left. And then option to bend the right leg. Reach back and find the foot, and then kick it away. And you're squeezing that right glute to open the front of the right hip. You're holding on with that left hand as the foot pushes away. Awesome, awesome, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. You're gonna stay facing the left side. Release the foot if you have it. Just step the feet together. And we're going to come into twisting chair. So stay twisting to the left. Sneak that right arm outside the left thigh. And then maybe the arms expand here. Maybe the arms expand, and then they come down to the ground. And you slide this right arm as high on your left thigh as you can. You think chaturanga in the arms, and you float up. And then everyone back to chair. And then left knee lifts up. Find your center first. Find your center, find your breath. And then right hand comes to that right knee, left knee rather. And then turn to the left. And then prioritizing your spine. Maybe start to extend that leg out. Maybe the foot. Maybe the foot and the knee is bent. Work the standing leg strong. And it's not just about jamming your knee back. Draw up from the ankle. Draw up, draw up, draw up, draw up, draw up into the hip. So we're going to stay on this right leg. You're just going to release the leg. Take that right leg back, left hand comes around. Find a block if you've got it, or a water bottle or something. And then, if you want, this is an optional piece, you can bend the leg. And turning to the right. And then pushing the foot into the hand catches on, and the shoulder goes for the ride. Let that heart explode out of your chest. Keep the belly drawing up so that you are isolating that upper back. Good, you're going to stay twisted, just bring the feet together just so we get a similar exit plan from the first side, but now come back through chair in the center. Take a breath in, press up to stand, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, and forward fold, exhale. So good, halfway up, inhale. Chaturanga or not, back to down dog. Right leg back, inhale. Open up the hip, start to lower onto that forearm if you want, just like we did way back when. Maybe pivot to the pinky side of that left foot. It's a lot deeper wild thing. Forearm. Come back around. Lifting up. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale the knee to the left elbow. Exhale it back to the right. Inhale, sweep up and back. And then exhale, place your foot. Top of the mat. Crescent, rise, inhale. And then exhale, take the elbows out wide. Rise up. And then hinge over. Reach back if it's okay. Reach forward, come into chair. Hands into heart, left arm outside your right thigh. Open it, take it down. Maybe fallen angel this time, bringing that right cheek toward the ground. And then sending the left leg up. Right foot up. Come back to chair in the center. Right knee rises up. Take the knee or the foot with your left hand. Twist. You're amazing. Come around. Right hand, floor or block. Maybe bend the right leg. Catch the foot. Kick open. This time, both hands come down to the ground. Standing splits, stay there and breathe, or if you'd like, you can work your handstands here. Lifting that left heel, Taking a little hop. And then when you're ready, Chaturanga Vinyasa. And then pause, reset. You've done all these things. You are ready. Your brain has now seen it on one side. Left leg back, inhale. Slowly open the hip. Maybe put the forearm down. That might be plenty. Maybe shift onto the pinky side of that right foot. You're going to soften that right knee a little bit. And then open. And then come back around. Lift, stretch the left leg back. And then left knee, left tricep. Stay. Shift over to the right. Inhale. Exhale back to the left. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Root to rise, crescent. Exhale, bend the elbows. Rise up, straightening the legs any amount. And then bowing forward. Reach forward, come into chair. Hands into your heart. And then right arm outside the left thigh. And then maybe open up. Maybe bring the hands down. Side crow. Or maybe your left cheek comes toward the ground or your temple. And you start to take that right leg straight up. And the left toes follow. And then come back to chair. Left knee rises. Right hand to the foot or to the knee. And twist. You're amazing. I can see you in my mirror. Come through. Revolved. Half moon. Left hand down at almost a regular half moon. And then maybe take the foot. So good. Release both hands down. Beautiful. So use standing splits as like a cooling, kind of bringing you back to your center. If you want to keep the heat, handstand or handstand preps. Lift the right heel, bend the right knee, and lift up. Doesn't mean you have to find the handstand. You can just play with it. Yes. So nice. And then when you're ready, yes, good Deb. Come back, Chaturanga Vinyasa. Hi, Miss Morla. Good. And then take a few breaths in down dog. If you need a child's pose, go for it. Beautiful. Good, good. Bring your knees down to the ground. If they're already there, just lift your torso up. And camel. Hands to your hips. Don't go anywhere yet. Wake up your glutes. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your butt, I promise. Open up the front of the hips without going anywhere. So now you've already started us on this path of, you've already started yourself on this path of stability here. So when we stabilize through the pelvis for back bends, it actually makes our low back feel better, like in the long run. If we don't stabilize, then we're crunching our low back, they don't feel good. They just don't, typically. So open up here, send your tailbone down, keep your glutes strong. Hands at your hips, lift your heart, hug your elbows in. Push into your feet. So we didn't really go anywhere, right? We didn't really go anywhere. Back anyway. Up with the heart, up with the heart. And then as you feel stable here, as you tap into what that feels like, maybe you start to increase the curve of the spine, the upper back. Rise up, inhale, push into the feet. Child's pose or sink your hips to your heels. Really beautiful. Just one more, just one more. Rise, inhale. Go slow with it. This is a perfect camel. It doesn't have to be any visually bigger than this. Let it grow in intention, let it grow in the subtleties in the breath. But maybe, you open up a little more. Maybe the hands come to the heels, and then you move yourself away from the feet. You move the shoulders to the heart up, the shoulder kind of soften, open, and back. Shoulder blades lifting the heart up. Inhale, rise up. And then right foot steps forward. Not crazy far, just like pretty much right angles. Hands into your heart, engage the left glute a lot, and then start a little back bend here, just like we did in camel. So it's like a half camel, lifting the heart. Maybe the hands come to the hips. Maybe this left hand starts to work onto the left hamstring, maybe onto the left calf, maybe to the left heel. Just a maybe though. And then maybe the right arm comes up. Rise, inhale. Stay here, straighten the front leg, shift back. Half splits again. If you want to go into a full split, you're welcome to. If you want to work a little bit of balance instead of focusing so much on splits, you can walk your hands back toward your left foot. And you'll come into a toe stand on your left foot. And maybe you first start here with your heel down on the right leg, and you just find your balance. It's actually trickier than it looks, I swear. It looks like it should be simple, I know. But if it is simple for you, congratulations, and then maybe reach down and find your right foot and lift up. And we're going to come back forward slowly. That wasn't very slowly, but you get the idea. And bring the right leg back. That was more like a sprint, like get me out of here. And then left foot comes forward. And again, it's not a crazy long stance. So pretty much right angles on both legs. Pretty much, loosely. Push into that back foot. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift your heart into your hands. And start the process of back bending slowly. Then maybe the hands come to the hips. Engage the right hip. Maybe the right hand comes to the hamstring, maybe to the calf, maybe to the right heel, and then maybe the left arm reaches. Keep waking up that right glute, the right hip. Push into the back foot, into the shin, into the knee, rise up. And then straighten the front leg and shift back. Good. Same options apply. You can take it into a split. You can stay in half splits. If you want, you can start to work back toward this right leg and come into a toe stand on the right foot. And so as much as you can, getting your hip to kind of drop into the heel. And then maybe just working balance there. Or maybe taking the left leg and lifting it up. See how much you can balance if you're doing this toe stand with me between the big toe and the pinky toe. Good, slowly. See how I do this time. Come out and forward. That's a wee bit better, right? Bring your hands down, downward facing dog, please. So good. Take your feet as wide as your mat, shorten your stance a little bit. And then take your left hand to the outside of your right ankle, your calf, your heel, and give yourself a nice little ringing twist to the right. And then switch. And then release the arms. Forearms come down, feet go wider. Come into like a wide foot, wide leg dolphin. Maybe lift the heels up, shift forward into the forearms. Stretch the heart toward your thumbs a little bit. In my dreams, I just straddle into Pincha Mayurasana there. So in my head, I look fantastic there. If that's your reality, have at it, enjoy. If not, maybe you play with your mind like I do and like, oh my God, I'm so graceful, so easy, but just enjoy this space here. And then root the heels, lift the elbows. Walk your hands back toward your feet so you get your feet and your toes a little bit more in a straight line here. Prasarita Padottanasana with a little narrower stance than usual. Draw up on the thighs and lift the creases of the hips. Inhale, draw the heart forward. Walk the hands forward, walk the feet back, come into a forearm plank, please. Forearm plank right here. Bring your feet all the way together. I'm going to roll to the left side with your feet. Keep both arms down so the pinky side of your left foot is down, your right foot is stacked on top of your left foot. Pull your gaze forward a little bit. Squeeze the legs as strong as you can and see if you can straighten them. Lengthen your tailbone for your heels and engage your glutes. And then come back through center. And then go to the other side. Same thing, lengthen the legs, toes toward your heart, squeeze the hips. Breathe. Back to center, and then belly down. Sphinx, pull the heart through. Tops of the feet press down. Turn your left hand toward your right elbow. My AirPods just died on me. Sad day. Bend the right leg. And then consider reaching back for your right foot with your right hand. Just consider it. Yeah. And then really gently maybe start to draw the foot toward the hip. Really gently. Back around, take the right hand over toward the left, and then we'll do the same on this side. Have the foot, gently release it around. Bring your hands by your ribs, tuck your toes, press up to plank. and downward facing dog. Bring your knees down to the ground and then just take a seat. Just take a seat. Crossing at your shins or stacking one leg on top of the other. Good. Good, so coming to a seat, double pigeon or Sukhasana. Sorry, my sad little AirPods died on me. They died on me. Okay. Or here. Or here. Sitting tall. All right, so take the arms out wide. And then whichever leg is on top, because I gave you no instruction on that, whichever leg is on top or in front, the opposite arm is going to come on top. I'm going to take eagle arms here, either in Sukhasana or in double pigeon. And just come forward. Good. Let me see if I can fix this sound. Hang on. Good. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Really, really nice. Yes. If you want to come forward with it, you're welcome to. Yeah, Catherine, beautiful. But you don't have to. If you're more comfortable upright, Lauren, you're good. You can stay forward if you want. Hi, Lauren. Good. Nice, Laura, beautiful. All right, let's switch sides. Second side, switch it over. Beautiful, yeah. To finish your practice in meditation, you can just stay here, take a twist as we twist on our backs. If you are a fan of Shavasana, full Shavasana, come down, and then we'll twist. Maybe you still can't hear me. Oh, hang on, stay with me. Twist either lying down or seated. Why can't you hear me? Good. Twisting one way. And then twisting the other way. Take a twist the other way. Sorry if you can't hear me. I still don't know why you can't. Let's try that. Now can you hear me? Yes? No? Awesome. Awesome. Now? Yeah? Awesome. Thank you, Emily. Come see, come saw. Okay, well, we're almost done, so that's the good news. All right. Come onto your backs. Hi, Bonnie. I didn't see you in there until now. Hi, Miss Bonnie. Come to your backs or seated for meditation or Shavasana. Meditation or Shavasana. Good. allow your breath to deepen. And then soften. And so during the practice, we work to deepen the breath with the asana. Here, there's a softness to the breath that allows you to deepen into yourself. Allow your breath to deepen. If you're in Shavasana, you'll start to wake your body back up and then slowly rise to sitting. If you're seated in meditation, you're perfect where you are. Good. Really nice. And once you've risen up, bring your hands together at your heart. Feel the effects of your practice. Honor that you give yourself this time on your mat with yourself. And I'm so thankful that you are here today. Take a draw in with the inhale. With your exhale, bow your mind to your heart. Rise back up, inhale. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful day. If you have any questions,